how many agents are joining, and it's always very exciting. And I know Shiva's been working with a lot of you to make that happen. But so this morning there's an upgrade. So they're changing their payment system. So you want to make sure, your revenue share gets paid on the 15th. So you want to make sure you look at your app and go in and just plug in your bank account information again and get that app upgrade done, so that everything goes smooth on the 15th. How many of you guys love that app as much as I do? I think it's so fun. It's like really addictive, and it just makes you realize every day how much opportunity is out there. In fact, I feel like today is day one. I feel like we finally have our platform in place. We've got this amazing ability to earn stock awards every day, and just the best platform in the world to attract agents and build this incredible, revenue share that's now willable. Someday, my kids will be grateful that I'm getting ready to take this road trip. So I'm going to be on the road here for the next couple of months. I'll be in Nevada, Florida, Texas, Oklahoma. I'll be spending some time in California. We've got some charity events coming up. And my whole focus is just to get with teams and companies and agents that are interested in stepping into, I think, the modern world and becoming a part of a platform like ours where there's just so much opportunity and possibilities. And so I'm super excited about this road trip. David Crump is busy working on my new presentation. I'll certainly share it with all you guys once it's done, but it'll be interactive and you can use it when you're talking to people. So very exciting about all of that. Just a reminder, make sure that you add the agentinc 2.0 10 ways to make money to your email signature. That's a very powerful digital document on issue that it's really compelling, and of course graphics are brand new. Job did that one. It looks amazing. So make sure you're familiar with that. Make sure you're using it. Make sure you're emailing it to people by having it on your signature. We are selling some stock this month. A number of people have come to me and said, "Hey, I understand you're finally going public with the agentinc World Holding Company." The timeline on that is about 7 months. 7 months out there. Everything takes longer and costs more than you think, but we're getting closer and closer to it. And so for those of you who are interested in buying private placement shares, that opportunity is available. And Layla has all the documentation. And so if you want to get a little jump on that, just ask Layla to send you the paperwork. And if you have questions, just call me. I'm happy to talk to you about it. The agentinc media. So super excited. You guys know that I'm a marketing guy, marketing. And everything I've done my whole life, whether it was just being a single agent or leading a team or building Strata Properties or McMonagle Group or now agentinc, I mean, I'm just a marketing guy. I mean, I believe in marketing, and that's why we put so much time, effort, and money into having the best text writer in the world, the best graphic artist in the world, and I'm not exaggerating. And so we're building out this in-house marketing team, led by David Crump. We've hired a full-time relationship manager. We have 2 full-time graphic artists. And now we're bringing on one person to build out websites, and we also have a whole team working on the Elevated Rewards app. And most of you have no idea what Elevated Rewards means, and I'll just touch on it a little bit. But when I got in the business, I was a farming agent, so I basically went to Lido Island, which had 875 homes. I showed up there every weekend, put 20 signs out. It took me 6 months to get my first listing, but within 18 months, I had 30 listings. And, I made 8-figure incomes for years with that stronghold, with that foundation stone, with that foothold in that market. And that market was great to me for years and years and years and years. So I'm a really big believer in farming. And I wrote a book, 40 Days of Farming, and shared all my secrets with anybody who cares. read that book. But I'm leveraging all that into an app that will help you farm if you want to. I'm not everyone's a geographical farming agent. Some of you like to, farm your social database and different things. But I think the most effective way to have significant income for decades is to do what many people around the country, many agents around the country do, and that is to become known as an expert in a geographical area. So this elevated rewards app helps you do that. And it does a lot of the work for you. There's so much automation in it. And basically what it will end up doing is paying for and running your automated marketing campaign so that you can spend your time doing what you do and just let your marketing happen and let your presence in that geographic farm be known constantly 24/7. We're going to make you kind of build this eco center around you in your farm area. So I'm very excited about this. I don't see any real estate company developing a tool like this. It's brand new. We should have it out and running in August. And so I'm very excited about it. And our team is doing a great job so far. And of course, it'll always be evolving. It'll always be getting better. But I think to start with, it'll be pretty strong. So super excited to share that with all you guys. It's also a recruiting and retention tool. So it'll make us all stronger. So enough about that. But David, who's running our in-house marketing company, is called agentinc Media. By the way, if you want to learn more about agentinc Media, just go to the website that I put a link in there for you, agentinc.com. But if you need anything, reach out to David. We're giving him a new email, but for right now, it's nextedge@gmail.com, and he'll get right back to you. So just a reminder, we shared this 2 weeks ago, but Kim Ornelas is now employed by Real Escrow. And we did that. Obviously, agent escrow was a DRE escrow, so she could only do business with agents that are employed by our company. And now that most everyone has onboarded as with their dedicated broker being Real, she needed to make a move and become a part of that. It's super exciting because Real Escrow is a JV, and they're a very successful escrow officer up in Beverly Hills. There's a new one in San Diego, and Kim is filling the gap in Orange County and Inland Empire. So please remember Kim Ornelas to give her all your escrows. And we just love Kim. We believe, at least in my career, she's one of the best escrow officers I've ever worked with. And you'll do well by remembering to give your business to Kim. And then for those of you who are capping agents, you believe that you could cap at $12,000 this year, you have an opportunity to be considered to invest in the Real Escrow California JV. And Taylor Conley is the contact. If you want to reach out to her, the returns are incredible. And so it's just one of the 10 ways to make money at Agent Inc. And I would just encourage you, producing team leaders, capping agents, to consider that, because like I say, the returns are awesome. And Agent Mortgage, want to give a big shout out to a few of you agents who have given loans to Patty and Dylan. And Patty and Dylan are very busy growing the company, getting more loan officers. If you have a loan officer out there that you love and admire and give your business to, why don't you just encourage them to join Agent Mortgage? But Patty or Dylan, are you guys, either one of you, with us today?
Yeah, Dylan's on.
Great. Hi, Dylan. Say hello. And
good morning. How is everybody doing?
Tell us the good news.
Oh, the good news is I just got back from the river. I'm relaxed. So actually, yes, a little bit of good news this morning. Rates came down a little bit, thankfully. Oh my gosh. Last week was a little bit of a rough week, with rates taking a little bit of a jump there on us. But this morning and yesterday, we saw a little betterment. So always love to take a look at today's rates. So this was as of about 15 minutes ago. So it's about as real as it gets, unless there was some major market shift that I don't know about in the last 15 minutes. Hopefully, if there was, it's for the better. So anyway, FHA high sixes across the board. Doesn't really matter what they're putting down, anywhere from 5 to 20%. We're looking at high 6%. Conventionals with an 80% down, you're looking at low sevens, 80% loan to value, 90% loan to value, looking at the mid sevens, and any of our high balance, we're in the high sevens, low eights. So that is something Patty and I have been watching very closely. We have been swapping a lot of our loans to borrower paid to help offset some of that cost and at least keep everybody in the 7% to make sure that we're staying competitive and ensuring that the borrowers still qualify. That's the biggest thing of concern as rates increase, is how is it going to limit our qualification into the price of the home, especially as we've seen another roughly 0.5% increase in the last month or so. So those pre-qualifications that you've received, make sure if you didn't get it from us, we've already reached out to everybody that we've pre-qualified and made sure that we're good. But if you received a pre-qualification from someone else and they have not renewed that in the last week and a half, give us a call, give us a chance to take a look at it. We want to make sure that you're protected and not putting in offers that could unfortunately not go the direction that you want due to these rising interest rates. So let us help you, keep you protected. I was actually just telling John the other day about my next door neighbor put their home up for sale, and their agent is sending me tons of emails every day. Hey, can you look at this? We're thinking about this offer. And they almost went into escrow. Everything looked great on paper. And they got a DU, and I tell everybody a DU is only as good as what you put into the system. So any loan officer can get you a DU, no problem, because they can manipulate the numbers. But when I pulled everything and I looked at it, I sat down with the agent, because he also lives right down the street from us, and we had a little meeting, and I showed him exactly why that escrow wasn't going to go through. And then they waited a couple more days, and they ended up getting into escrow for $5,000 more, because they also waited for not taking the offer that looked good that actually wasn't going to ever close. So give us a call, let us help you, let us give you that advice of making sure that your escrows are going to be solid. So that's about all I got today.
Good work, Dylan. Good work. That, just that story about that approval is, I think, so important. And we just love the fact that you're a straight shooter. You know what you're doing. You've got all the best resources, and we can count on you. So love you and Patty, and just keep up the good work. And we appreciate the market updates. Scott, back to you to talk about what's happening in the market.
Thanks, John. Good morning, everybody. And boy, Dylan, yeah, it just rings true. I've lived it through a few down cycles where bad lending advice is catastrophic. And it's everybody. The client loses. I lose as the agent if our clients are banking on bad mortgage information. And this is the market where there's way too much of that out there. So thank you. I've said this before. I've been working with Dylan and Patty for a number of months now. Gosh, maybe a year. It's a breath of fresh air. The pros know what's going on. They're making decisions with integrity and full knowledge, and they are able to stand behind what they say. And we as the agent look like the heroes when it doesn't fall out. So thank you. And Kim, with escrow, there were some of our agents that they were reluctant to use agent escrow, because agent escrow is owned by agentinc, and we're a smaller growing company. And there were agents saying, oh, I don't know if I want to use your escrow because you're a small company, or maybe their client would say, we want to work with a big company. Well, good news now, because Kim now is a part of Real Escrow, which is a mega company, fastest growing publicly traded real estate company in the world right now. And by the way, if you're watching that publicly traded stock, a month ago it was $1.15 a share, and I think it's $1.76 today. Very interesting, and just stay tuned. But oh my gosh, Kim has all the resources behind her of this amazing growing company. So absolutely, any of those concerns are out the window, and we're very excited about that. So the market is, like we've been talking about, it is there for anybody that wants to be a part of it. And the numbers don't lie. We, as of last night, 2,276 active listings in Orange County is the lowest number ever recorded since they started doing the recordings 20 years ago. Same everywhere. I spent last week working remotely with a little family reunion in the Midwest. And it's beautiful and green in northern Indiana on Lake Tippecanoe. And I tell you, and I dodged all the humidity. It was 80 degrees and not much humidity, so we lucked out. But I tell you, it's the same dynamic back there. I have a family member just went under contract 2 weeks ago on a place in Fort Wayne, wonderful little home on the end of a cul-de-sac. Nice, but just kind of run of the mill. Goes on the market. They wrote an offer the second day it was on the market, and they were one of 5 offers on that property for $260,000. Little house in Fort Wayne, and sold 10,000 over asking. There's our market. It's everywhere. We have a supply crisis, so therefore prices are strong, and nothing's going to change dramatically on that. So the stability of our market is really a gift to buyers who don't want to buy into a declining market. And my family member is going to buy government, so they're going to pay in the upper 6s on their mortgage. It's fine. They're happy as can be. Most of the business we do with conventional is conforming, which is, as Dylan said, low 7s. Notice how a year ago that was a crisis, and today it's not slowing anybody down. They just made peace with reality. Okay, I guess I'm going to buy a little less house than I thought. I still need a place to live. I'm buying into a stable market. I can refinance down the road, and that's why we have the steady market we have. Last month in Little Orange County, we closed over 4,000 transaction sides. Well over 3,000, 3,100 and something are pending right now. Gang, no matter where you are, you have a predictable market to be a part of. Don't get caught up in all the news that's irrelevant to the people that need to buy and need to sell. What is relevant is that you reach them. You present to them a value proposition, so they're interested at least in talking to you. And that's where now into the second half of this year, we all get a chance to evaluate how the first half go. What do I need to do? This is the time every year, mid-year, I'm saying, what do I need to start doing? What do I need to stop doing? What do I need to do more of? What do I need to do less of? And that's true for all of us. Evaluate right now. This is halftime, or we're into the second half. Where are you? And what do you need to change? Human nature is we're reluctant to change. Human nature is we hold on to things that aren't really great for us because of comfort level, because of not knowing else what to do, and it's not working. Look, life is about adjustments. When Apollo went to the moon, it was off target 98% of the time. That's life. And there's these continual adjustments back and forth to get to the goal. It's the same with your real estate business. There's adjustments that we need to continue to make. And it may be, John mentioned farmers that are killing it, people working their sphere of influence that are killing it. Maybe you're focusing on the wrong thing. And maybe you believe wholeheartedly that it's the right thing, but the blinding flash of the obvious is it's not producing the results that you want. So be bold and look at that right now. There's lots of ways to skin the cat. If you're frustrated with your approach and it's not producing anything, by all means, give yourself permission to change it. And that's what I'm doing every day with agents, brainstorming. What do we need to do more of? What do we need to do less of? And there's such a psychology around that. But the greatest gift you can give yourself today is to say, hey, I can make changes. If I'm not getting what I want, and what if what I'm doing isn't working, make changes. So yeah, that's our opportunity. And I got home last night, had a little 4th of July, back to the farming piece, flag in my front yard, and a beautiful, happy 4th. It looked nice, but you know what, gang? There wasn't any perceived value to this marketing piece. And the sentiment's nice. Fireworks illuminate the night sky, scent of barbecues. We celebrate the spirit of freedom, blah, blah, blah. That's all wonderful. But this agent missed an opportunity to say, oh, and by the way, we just sold the house, 2 blocks over at a record price. Say something in your messaging, say something that has a perceived value so that people want to engage and talk to you. This is our game. So love the opportunity. And by the way, these numbers are going to stay consistent. Looking ahead to the second half of the year, we may have already peaked with inventory for the whole year. We're not going to see a big bump in inventory. We're not going to see interest rates go up at this point, I don't think. I mean, no one has a crystal ball. But these numbers are numbers. And if we're seeing 4,000 transaction sides close every month, just in our little market here in Orange County, look at your market. It's easy to pull up those numbers. That is your opportunity. That is your addressable market. And do not get sucked away into a conversation in your head or with other people that doesn't matter. The economy's going to do what it's going to do. Everything's going to do what it's going to do. Election year next year doesn't matter. The smart agents are staying focused on connecting with these consistent, predictable, the gift that keeps on giving, that are going to buy every month. So there we go. There are so many of us in this company, whether it's top agents or myself or John or other, that are willing to brainstorm with you on any adjustments you need to make. So there we go. There's the opportunity.
Oh, thank you, Scott. Well, hey guys, speaking of my road trip, if there's any teams, companies, or strong agents that you guys want, that you're trying to attract to our platform, reach out and let me or Layla know, and I'd love to try to get with them and just spend some time with them and help you bring them over. So, if they're out of state, other places, just let us know. We'll try to fit that into my schedule. But wonderful being with you guys today. Wishing you all the success in the world. Until we see you again, thank you, everyone.
And John, let's put that email out again for our marketing contact with
I
agents.
did this morning. Yeah.
Layla, did you put that in the chat? But nextedge@gmail.com is David Crump. Nextedge@gmail.com. And
it's in your inbox, Scott.
All right, good things are going to happen from there.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye, everyone. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.
Thanks, guys.